Spectral Nocturne, a tale of haunting sleep paralysis. Sleep paralysis, that elusive specter, had spared me until a few months ago. I considered myself fortunate, having listened to the harrowing tales of others without experiencing the horror myself. Little did I know, my luck was about to expire, succumbing to the sinister embrace of this nocturnal affliction. Stress and anxiety became the catalysts, pushing me into the labyrinthine realms of sleep paralysis. The first encounter was the most harrowing. A routine night, disrupted only by the habitual mid-slumber call to the bathroom. Struggling with weariness, I decided to ignore nature's prompt and return to the solace of my bed. As sleep beckoned, I found myself paralyzed in a disconcerting stillness. Lying on my side, the blanket veiling my vision, I felt a surge of terror as the door creaked open. An unseen force held me captive, rendering my cries for help silent. Two male voices, indistinct and unsettling, began conversing on the other side of my bed. Attempting to scream, my voice lay imprisoned, exacerbating the panic that gripped my heart. The intruders advanced toward me, their whispered dialogue a sinister symphony. Eyes tightly shut, I hoped they believed me to be asleep, praying they would seize whatever phantom purpose had brought them here and depart. The rationalization that they were robbers clung to my thoughts, the experience feeling alarmingly authentic. I questioned the absence of my dog's bark and the silence that should have been shattered by their intrusion. Maintaining my feigned slumber, I listened as one of them approached, his breath an ominous cadence near my paralyzed form. A whispered utterance brushed against my senses, as if attempting to pierce the veil between reality and nightmare. Their departure was marked by the slam of the door, but the grip of paralysis lingered, binding me until slumber mercifully reclaimed me. The night unfolded strangers still as dreams intertwined with the tendrils of sleep paralysis. In the dream's tapestry, I rose to inspect the aftermath, discovering a theft that echoed the night's spectral intrusion. The vividness of the dream, seamlessly continuing where sleep paralysis left off, added a layer of surrealism to an already bewildering experience. Morning's light brought an uncertain relief as I scrutinized my surroundings, finding everything intact. Video footage yielded no evidence, but the lingering conviction that the ordeal had been real persisted. A peculiar unease settled in, questioning the boundaries between dreams and reality. Subsequent nights unfolded in a macabre dance of paralysis and auditory hallucinations. The door would open, or the distant echo of another room's closure would resonate. Never witnessing spectral figures due to my habitual side sleeping offered a peculiar form of luck, yet the auditory phantoms heightened the horror. In the darkness, one is left to listen, hope, and wonder if the unseen intruders were as ethereal as the sleep paralysis itself. Each episode became a spectral symphony of dread, a haunting reminder that the realms of the mind could weave tales more chilling than any tangible horror. My luck may have spared me from the sight of shadowy figures, but in the realm of the unseen, where auditory apparitions danced, the true terror unfolded. The echoes of those nights lingered, a disconcerting melody woven into the fabric of my nocturnal existence. The night stretched into an endless continuum, a ceaseless cycle of dread and uncertainty that blurred the lines between sleep and wakefulness. As the moon waxed and waned, the haunting tendrils of sleep paralysis reached into my subconscious, leaving me ensnared in a perpetual dance with the unknown. Each episode, with its auditory phantoms and paralysis, etched a new layer onto the canvas of my nightly torment. The bedroom, once a haven of solace, transformed into a theater where the surreal mingled with the real. The whispers of those unseen intruders lingered, echoing through the corridors of my mind even in the harsh light of day. The boundary between the tangible and the intangible blurred, leaving me questioning the very nature of my reality. The daylight hours offered no respite as the specter of the night cast its long shadow, a constant reminder of the horrors lurking just beyond the realm of wakefulness. In the wake of those endless nights, a sense of dread pervaded my waking hours. The mundane tasks of daily life became tinged with an underlying fear, a residual effect of the nocturnal hauntings. The once comforting embrace of sleep became a battleground where reality and nightmare collided in a disconcerting embrace. As the calendar pages turned, The spectral symphony continued its haunting refrain. The fear that gripped my heart found a home in the recesses of my subconscious, coloring every dream with a shade of uncertainty. The phantom intruders, their whispered conversations, and the paralyzing stillness became the companions of my restless nights, refusing to release their hold on my mind. In the depths of this nocturnal abyss, the search for answers began. Sleep studies, consultations with experts, and desperate attempts to unravel the mysteries of my haunted nights became a recurring motif. Yet, the answers remained elusive, shrouded in the enigma of the mind's labyrinth. And so, as the shadows lengthened with each passing night, I found myself trapped in a surreal limbo, a realm where the echoes of sleep paralysis intertwined with the waking world. The melody of dread persisted, an enduring testament to the strange and horrifying journey that had become an inextricable part of my existence. Shadows in the silence, unraveling the mystery of sleep paralysis. In the haunting embrace of the night, I found myself transported to a time when the shadows whispered secrets, and the unknown danced with the imagination. The echoes of that fateful night reverberated through the corridors of my memory, a chilling tale that unfolded during my nascent years in high school. The oppressive silence of the house settled like a thick fog as my parents slumbered in blissful oblivion. The clock ticked relentlessly, each second driving me closer to the abyss of a looming presentation. Procrastination, my perennial companion, had led me to this precipice, teetering on the edge of academic calamity. Seated in the dimly lit room, script in hand, I wrestled with the words, desperately trying to etch them into the recesses of my memory. The minutes morphed into hours, and with a reluctant sigh, I acknowledged the inescapable call of rest. Discarding my academic burdens, I nestled under the covers, eyes closed, surrendering to the vulnerability of sleep. In the heart of darkness, an unsettling quiet hung in the air, shattered only by the soft rustle near my closet. Startled, my eyes snapped open, fixing on the obscure figure standing at the foot of my bed. An indescribable dread washed over me as I tried to scream, only to find my voice stolen, ensnared in the clutches of the night. Immovable, I lay there, a captive in my own body, as if an unseen force held me in its suffocating grip. Panic surged through me, intensifying with each futile attempt to escape the invisible chains that bound me. The figure, shrouded in an impenetrable darkness, advanced slowly, its malevolence tangible. As it drew nearer, the weight on my chest intensified, rendering each breath a laborious effort. The figure's features remained obscured, a grotesque shadow casting a veil over its face. Powerless, I watched as it crawled over my frozen body, a sinister dance of dread and anticipation. Hovering above, it finally revealed its face, a grotesque visage contorted in a silent scream. The world became a cacophony of terror, my senses overwhelmed by the nightmarish spectacle. And then, as swiftly as it had materialized, the apparition vanished, leaving only the echoes of its unearthly scream. Silence reigned, broken only by my own trembling breaths. Slowly, the invisible chains that bound me relented, allowing movement once more. Confusion and fear gripped my young heart as I frantically scanned the room, questioning the reality of the ordeal I had just endured. For years, the memory lingered, a haunting secret etched into the recesses of my mind. It wasn't until one fateful day, while driving home, that I stumbled upon the revelation that unraveled the mysteries of that night. The radio crackled with a voice recounting an experience uncannily akin to mine, a tale of sleep paralysis, a malevolent force that tormented the realm between dreams and wakefulness. The revelation sent shivers down my spine as I grappled with the understanding that the supernatural had intertwined with the fabric of my reality. The enigma that had haunted my past now bore a name, offering solace in the acknowledgement of an otherworldly phenomenon. The specter of that night may have dissipated, but the echoes of its horror lingered, a ghostly reminder of the thin veil between the living and the unknown. Each creak in the night, each flicker of a shadow, served as a testament to the enduring presence of that spectral encounter, eternally etched into the tapestry of my existence. Echoes in Darkness, a child's journey through paralyzed realms. Ever since the tendrils of sleep first ensnared my consciousness, I had danced with the peculiar waltz of sleep paralysis. It was an unwelcome nocturnal companion that visited me frequently, like a specter haunting the corridors of my dreams. The solace in knowing it was a common occurrence did little to soothe the unsettling nature of the phenomenon. My parents brushed it off as a harmless quirk of my slumbering mind. Night after night, I would awaken in the stifling grip of immobility, unable to do anything but open my eyes and survey my surroundings. It was an eerie experience, an ethereal state where the desire to seek refuge under my sheets clashed with the unyielding paralysis that held me captive. Yet, for all its unnerving regularity, one singular night etched itself into the fabric of my memories. I was a mere 11 years old, caught in the throes of a school night after a seemingly pleasant weekend. At 9 o'clock, the house sank into the tranquil embrace of darkness as my parents nudged me toward bedtime rituals. Clutching my plushy doll, I settled into the comforting cocoon of my blankets. Soon, the tendrils of sleep enveloped me, plunging me into the realms of unconsciousness. The nocturnal escapades of my mind, where wakefulness and paralysis intertwined, usually bore no rhyme or reason. But on this particular night, an unsettling shift rippled through the shadows. I awoke with a heightened sense of foreboding, my eyes darting around the room in silent vigilance. Below me, from the depths of the house, I heard a subtle commotion, the soft cadence of footsteps ascending the stairs. My father often burned the midnight oil, and this rationalization attempted to calm the turmoil within me. Yet, the footsteps, deliberate and cautious, betrayed a more sinister intent. Panic nestled itself in the recesses of my mind as the footsteps reached my bedroom door, halting ominously. My parents' warnings about hallucinations during sleep paralysis reverberated in my thoughts. Determined to dismiss the looming dread, I closed my eyes, repeating the mantra that this was but a fleeting nightmare. A minute elapsed, and with a reluctant sense of relief, I opened my eyes once more, expecting the nightmare's demise. However, the door creaked open slowly, unleashing a palpable fear that gripped my very soul. A figure, man-shaped and shadowed, infiltrated my room. I squeezed my eyes shut, willing the terror away, yet I felt the presence draw near, breathing on my shoulder. My doll, my solace in the night, was plucked away from my side, and the footsteps receded, carrying my prized possession into the abyss. Even with my eyes closed, the horror lingered. The specter of the man, a phantom within the realm of my mind, haunted my paralyzed form. As the door closed, I remained captive to the nightmarish tableau unfolding in the silent sanctum of my room. The emotions surged, an overwhelming cacophony of fear, confusion, and helplessness. Morning's light brought a semblance of normalcy, but the haunting events of the night left scars on my psyche. Desperation prompted me to scour the room, but my doll was gone, swallowed by the shadows. Tearful, I sought refuge in my parents' room, recounting the surreal ordeal. Their demeanor suggested a grim expectation, as if anticipating the manifestation of my nighttime terrors. My father, in a bid to soothe my troubled soul, embarked on a search for the misplaced doll. Yet, the inexplicable had woven itself into the fabric of reality, defying the laws of the tangible. The doll, a cherished companion, eluded discovery, leaving a void in my heart and a chilling certainty that the night's malevolence transcended the boundaries of mere dreams.